This is the Wednesday edition of Platinum Northwest TV News. Good evening and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Philadelphia Mangoeng. These are the leading top stories. First up, the Northwest Education MEC kickstarts her interactive session with underperforming schools in the Dr Ruth Segomotsi Mompati, and the Northwest Acting Provincial Commissioner welcomes a combined 35 years imprisonment that's been handed down to 3 Nigerian nationals for drug trafficking. In the business news, the DIRCO Trade and Industry Minister says that South Africa is no threat to the US in response to the Trump tariff hikes. And in the sports news, the Northwest University gear up for the Varsity Football. We begin here. The Northwest Department of Education MEC Viola Motsumi has started to embark on an interactive session with the underperforming schools in the Dr Ruth Segomotsi Mompati district at Stellan Primary School yesterday. The department spokesperson Mpata Molokwane says that the primary objective of these engagements with affected schools as well as school governing body chairpersons was to identify areas for improvement and develop strategies for success.
MEC Viola Motsumi conducted an interactive session at Stellan Primary School to address underperformance in the Dr. Ruth Segomotsi Mompati district schools. The session with school principals and SGB chairpersons focused on identifying improvement areas and developing success strategies. The district aims for a target of 95%, but grade 4 to grade 11 scored below 70% consistently since 2024. However, grade 12 performance improved in 2025 with Term 1 and Term 2 scores of 85% and 84% compared to 77% and 78% in 2024. Local education officers have mixed results, while some grade 12 classes performed above 80%. Others like Kononyani and Pikapau secondary schools scored below 70%. MEC Motsumi emphasized the need for consistent performance across all terms and praised Setswana results achieving 100% and 98% in the first and second terms respectively. Mathematics and physical science need improvement, scoring only 73% and 79%. Motsumi plans to visit other districts to continue with these discussions.
In other news, the Northwest Acting Provincial Commissioner, Major General Patrick Asaneng, has welcomed a combined 35 years imprisonment handed down to 3 Nigerian nationals by the Potchefstroom Magistrates Court for dealing and possession of drugs. Now, the 3 were arrested in August back in 2023 following an elaborate undercover organized crime investigation in which they were positively linked to numerous incidents of dealing in and distribution of drugs. Captain Mpho Manyoba says that the suspects first came into the radar of the police in March 2022 after information was received of certain unidentified individuals who were peddling and selling drugs in Fochville, Potchefstroom, Klerksdorp and Ventersdorp.
The suspects first came into the radar of the police in March 2022 after information was received of certain unidentified individuals who were peddling and selling drugs in Fochville, Gauteng Province, Potchefstroom, Klerksdorp and Ventersdorp. In the process, a variety of drugs such as cat, crystal meth and ecstasy with estimated street value of over 550,000 were seized. The accused, who have been in custody since their arrests, made several court appearances until they pleaded guilty and sentenced on Monday, 4 August 2025. They were sentenced as follows. Oluwebedu Okeke, 12 years direct imprisonment for dealing in drugs and possession of drugs. Shierota Mgebekuta, 10 years direct imprisonment for possession of drugs. Ikene Eze, 12 years direct imprisonment for dealing in drugs and possession of drugs. He was given an additional 1 year imprisonment for the second count of dealing in drugs. The court ordered that the accused be deported to their country of origin after serving their jail terms. The acting provincial commissioner said that the arrests and lengthy sentences imposed on the drug peddlers is welcomed, and it must send a strong message to others like them who have outgreed and total disrespect turn our towns, townships and villages into havens and playgrounds for peddling and destroying the youth with drugs. I'm still calling upon all law-abiding citizens, including parents, educators, and landlords, to be vigilant in making sure that they do not harbor or allow criminal syndicates to rent or use their premises for criminal enterprises, but to immediately notify their trusted local police, Mayor General Patrick Asaneng said.
In more news, ActionSA says that it will keep a hawk's eye on the investigation into the allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Mkhwanazi made allegations against Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, who's been placed on special leave by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, the party's Member of Parliament, Doreen James, says that they note the election of African National Congress's MP Molapi Soviet Lekhanyane as chair of the committee. The party holds the view that the committee should not be chaired by any member of parliament from a party whose members are directly implicated in these allegations. James says doing so would erode public confidence and compromise the process. She says the party will, however, contribute to the committee's work in the interest of justice and accountability. Moving on to international news now, heavy rain hampered rescue efforts in India's Himalayan state of the Uttarakhand on Wednesday, a day after sudden flooding and landslide killed 4 people and left dozens missing. Teams of Army and Disaster Force rescuers struggled to reach Darali village, a popular tourist spot that serves as a pit stop before climbing the Hindu pilgrimage town of Gangotri. Now, according to the NDTV news channel, the Army camp in Harsil, about 2.5 miles from the flooded village of Darali, was also hit by flash floods and 11 Army personnel went missing. With that, let's take a look now at the business news. In the business news, the South African government has criticized the United States' decision to impose a 30% unilateral tariff on local exports, saying it undermines months of effort to reset trade relations and has been influenced by unnamed actors. In a joint statement, the Ministers of International Relations and Cooperation, Ronald Lamola, as well as Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Park Stow, said that since the beginning of the 7th administration, South Africa embarked on a process to stabilize and enhance mutual beneficial trade and investment relations with the U.S. The aim has been to address long-standing bilateral issues of concern for both sides in ways that move the trade relations forward. And that's all from the business news. Up next, we get the very latest in the sports. In soccer news, the 2025 Varsity Football tournament is set to start on the 7th of August, and the men's team from the Northwest University remains confident in their mental and physical preparedness for this upcoming competitive season. According to Nkululeko Malchas, that's the head coach of the Northwest University Soccer Institute, the team is entering the season with a strong foundation and valuable experience. As part of their preparation, the team participated in the University Sports South Africa Football Club Championship, reaching the quarterfinals. Following their runners-up finish in 2024 tournament, Coach Malchas believed that last year's performance has contributed to the team's strategic approach for the season. Moving on to cricket news now, in a significant boost to their preparations for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2026, the South African national team are set to engage in a crucial series of T20 internationals as well as one-day international matches against cricketing giants Australia. Now, while specific dates and venues are yet to be officially announced by Cricket South Africa, sources close to the board indicate that the series is being planned for the latter part of 2024-2025 international season. The series holds immense importance for the Proteas as they look to solidify their squad composition and fine-tune their strategies for the upcoming global tournament. Both experienced players as well as emerging talents will be given opportunities to foster a competitive squad. ODI matches, though unrelated to the T20 World Cup, provide vital international experience as they allow assessment of batting orders, bowling strategies and player endurance, enhancing the team's versatility and tactical skills applicable across all formats. And that's where we're going to have to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. The team is back again tomorrow evening. Till then, good night and take care.